What's good people? This is your boy, Mr. Timothy D. Hall, and I'm coming back to you live. I'm going to be talking a little bit about this. So this is like, I want to draw this out actually. So this is going to be this balance. Let me say, I'll say this is the balance between this black and white thing. And when I say black and white, hold on, let me finish it on out. When I say black and white, I mean black and white like as in people, you know. So, according to the societal standards, we have a hierarchy of power, whether or not people want to admit it. So like at the very top, we have white. And then like at the very bottom of this social hierarchy, we have black, right? And then in the middle, I think so. Like, I think next up here, let's make a number line. First, we got whites. Then we got like what, Asian. Let me think. Maybe, I don't want to say native. That's probably off. Who knows? Let's say, but this is like Native Americans, you know. And then this, we'll just say this is for the American society. And let's just say that this is Hispanic or Latino. Oh, I messed that up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So these two could probably be interchangeable with one another, but this is the social hierarchy in America for at least, let's just say that this is America. And this is a racial breakdown of it, right? So with that being said, this is what we got. We got at the top, we got the social hierarchy of white, Asian, Native Americans, Latino, and then we got black at the bottom. And I was going to explain why this is extremely important that this system is set up in this way. It has to be set up in this way. So this is all from a earthly perspective. When I say earthly perspective, I mean like, I always say that, we're people. We're as people, let me draw it out. As people, we're flesh, Why can I not write today? We're flesh. And so, should I go all the way into this debate? So, but as people, we're flesh, you know what I mean? So, we act in a certain type of way. We have humanistic behaviors, we're humans, we're animals at our very core. We just have the ability to kind of like connect to a spiritual realm. And then we also have the ability, to be empathetic and da. Do we choose to be? No. But just like anything else, any other animal, humans can be controllable. We can be programmed, just like how a dog behaves in a certain type of way. And you could program a dog to behave a certain type of way, just how a cat, a mouse, a dog, whatever animal on this face of this earth, even though, some animals have a higher brain capacity, humans can be trained in a lot of different type of ways. So with that being said, human nature in general is animalistic, you know what I mean? And so this is why we set up this hierarchy. This hierarchy is set up in a way, I always say that, when we talk about white, black, or Asian, I've always heard, I've grown up around black people. They say, why do white people just hate black people? And I don't think it's that they hate them at all. I think that it's a matter of survival, and it's just human nature in comparison. It's a combination of human survival and human nature that white people are using. Because in the same vein that white people use the taxes that they use, had black people been in power, they'll use the exact same taxes that the white people do. And they do it, I know they would do it because they do it on a microcosmic level. They do it on their individual lives each and every day, meaning like black people, like so like the same taxes that black people be talking about white people use, black people use them same taxes each and every day. They will use the very same taxes that white people use. They just use them on a smaller level because they don't have the global influence like white people do. And back in time, black people did the exact same thing that white people did. So it didn't matter. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is a fleshly thing. It's not a human. It's not, they don't do this because of the skin color. Because truth be told, when you look into the inner dynamics of white people, like the intra group of white people, meaning like, you have white people who kill white people all the time for whatever reason. You have the Jewish Holocaust in the 1940s, 1930s, and probably like the 1920s, and still to this day, where you have two white ethnic groups that are going against each other, and they're killing each other, based off of whatever. There's a hierarchy system that's set up in place. And the same thing in the black communities, you got the Bloods, you got the Crips. That's in America at least. But these are in a way, it's like two different ethnic groups that's going at it. You know what I mean? In other African countries, you have like the Rwandan genocide, you have the Hutus, and then you have the Tutsis. You know what I mean? Even though those two groups are black, they're still going at it with each other. Why? Because it's ethnic, and they're fighting over resources, which is a humanistic problem. It's a part of human behavior. It's not because of color. Color comes second. Color is just a way that people identify with one another. So with that being said, I want to also make this too. So you got this continuum right here, right? This is how God, I believe, set it up. And again, this is from just like an earthly perspective. So I believe that God set it up in a way where, you have white and you have black. Both of them are balanced and they're equaled out. This does not include God's chosen people. So if you one of those people like, oh no, 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 gotcha. I'm not talking about God's chosen people. I'm just talking about from a human's perspective, okay? But with this hierarchy, this is why you always have to see that either white or black has to be. What it is right now is this system is tipped in a way where the seesaw where the white people are up here and then the black people are down here. So let me draw. This is the new continuum. This is the new spectrum that's at least at play right now. Right now, if you look at it, this bad boy is twisting. But for right now, let's just get here. Right now, this is what you got. You have white up here and then you have black down here. What they are slowly doing, if you notice this, is they're teeter-tottering it back. So white people, again, white, and we get our black. They're slowly but surely twisting this bad boy back. That's what they're doing right now. They're twisting it back, but it's not necessarily because they want black people in power, but it's just that this is just what they're doing. They're slowly but surely, and they're doing this through these social programs that are going on right now. That's what's going on right now. They're introducing anarchy for a reason, as much as they possibly can, and they introduce this anarchy so that they can switch it so that it's from white to black. But just because they're switching it, it doesn't mean that it's for the benefit of black people. It just means that they're switching it. Now, a lot of black people are like, I don't care as long as I get it. But you got to understand that again, this is a humanistic problem that we're looking at. I mean, we're trying to look at humanistic problems from a perspective of something that's just so superficial. And if we do that, we're gonna be missing out on our biggest things. They're switching it back and forth. It's almost like a narcissist. If you ever think about a narcissist, one of the ways that a narcissist is able to control people, and this is how they control the society, they have to continuously. Let me see. A narcissist. What a narcissist does is they use this push and pull technique. So let's say push and pull, push and pull. But this is one of the laws of attraction. The reason why this is one of the laws of attractions, and it's also a way that you could destabilize somebody or a person's mental fragility or whatever the case may be. And this push and pull method that a narcissist does is what a narcissist would do is with a person, the partner, they could be a partner to somebody. They could be any type of relationship. But what they would do is sometimes they would show all this inordinate affair of affection, right? This love that they're showing to the person. And this in turn gets the person to reinvest back into them, you know what I mean? Greatly. But then out of nowhere, even when this narcissist is showing all this affection, what they would do next is, let me draw my narcissist. I'm draw a big old N for narcissists on the top of them because they're evil son of a guns, narcissistic people. They're not evil, but they got that evil inside of them. But what they would do is they will begin to retract. So they just gave all that affection to the person, but then they start to, out of nowhere, retract and regress from the person. Now that person is still chasing, but it makes them chase even more now because this person has just pulled back from them. You know what I mean? And the narcissist is doing this stuff on purpose because this is the push. I guess we'll just say this is the push, and then this is the pull, where it's almost like we'll figure it out. But it's almost like they're pulling the person in through their affection, right? They're trying to lure you into their web of deceit through their affection, and they understand that once you're in there, you're in a state of confusion. You're in this blissful. What do they call it? This trance of just happiness, love, and affection, and everything like that. So you're very much invested into the narcissistic person, okay? And so when you're in that state, you're not expecting what the narcissist is going to do next, and this is why the narcissist does it. They're going to eventually now pull away from you, okay, or push you away. You know what I mean? They're going to push you. They're going to push you, and as a result, it's going to be like you're in this trance. You're like, what's going on? And you're going to want to go after the person even more. And this is what a narcissistic person wants, because this is how a narcissistic person establishes dominance in the relationship, and it also leaves you in with mental fragility. It also puts you into a mental fragile state, making the narcissist more so in power of the relationship. In that same way, this is kind of like how this system works. It's a push-pull type of system. It's just on a global level, and it's at a slower It's not at a. It's not. This is at a macrocosmic level. It's not at a microcosmic. This is a microcosmic level of the push and pull technique. This is a macrocosmic level of the push and pull technique. This is why they're switching it back. But the overall objective is to destabilize human the human mindset, the human ability to really think about what's going on and move and groove and things of that nature. They have to continuously, just like how a narcissist, they cannot allow the system to stay in peace in anything or any, at any time. This is why with our world, hold on, let me draw our big global world. This is why with our global world, they always have to induce some type of chaos all over the place. If you don't know, these are like bombs. Bombs all over the place. And it's not necessarily, sorry. It could be, and it can't even necessarily be actual chaos. People are naturally chaotic, but they have to also induce and to ensure that people stay. They don't want peace. Peace, here's peace. What a narcissistic person in a narcissistic system would do, they have to destroy that peace. The reason being is because once you destroy peace, you cannot think. Just like in this example, this push pull technique, the narcissist is disrupting the person's peace. If the person was at peace, the person would not fall for whatever the narcissist is doing, but the narcissist is intentionally bringing them into a situation where they're inordinately affectionate and they're in this trance, and now they're being pulled into the narcissistic type of person's web. And now, as a result, their peace is off. The same thing that happens on the world on a macrocosmic level. They want to continuously remove your peace, and they want to continuously introduce chaos or whatever the case may be. But in doing so, it disrupts this original system right here where it's balance of peace and harmony and tranquility or whatever the case may be. It disrupts this, and it gets us into one of these situations where either the white people are on top, or let me put this over here, or the black people are on top. And in any situation, it doesn't mean just because a black person is on top doesn't mean nothing at all. Just because a black person, if you're a black person, you're like, oh yeah, oh finally, the black people that's top. If you really look at it, a lot of times when the black people are on top, it's even worse for you as a black person, at least in this system that we are in right now. And it's not to be disrespectful towards black people, but it's going to be even worse a lot of times for you as a black person, as crazy as they sound, when the white people are down. But this is the system that they're working. In actuality, neither the white people nor the black people are in power, but this is what we think, and this is what they got us fighting over. Oh, well, the white people think that they're in charge, or no, the black people are in charge, and it's a magician trick. It's a magician trick. All this is a magician trick. All of this is to continuously to throw off the original balance that was set up by God. This is God. Big God. How you doing? Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me get the Father's name right. Big God. And at the bottom, this is the damn devil, the evil bastard. Now, the devil is the one that is truly the one that's out here that's causing all this disruption. And you have to stay in a consistent system of disrupting the peace to be in this chaotic state. You got to stay in this push pull type of technique. You know what I mean? And this is what they have been doing. At one point, black people were at top. And then they used this push-pull technique to bring white people into the forefront. And they did it by saying, oh, all the black people are this, and this, and da, 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 da. And you need to continuously keep this negative idea, well, white people, you need to continuously keep this negative idea about black people for the reason being is that you're going to continuously be pushed away. And da, 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 da. Now they have this system where now they're pulling white people to black people through, i.e. through Black Lives Matter and all that other stuff. And as a result, the black people slowly but surely are going back up at the top. But but again, it's not like how we think that it's going to be so powerful and so good and da 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 da. No, these people are doing this for nefarious, evil reasons. It's the reason why they're doing stuff. I always say, this is what I'm saying, where white men, they never really owned that much stuff. Like a lot of people like, oh, this is a white supremacy system. I don't think this is a white supremacy system. I think it's just white people's time to be in power. That's all I think it was. And I don't think it's because the fact of the matter is right now, you can see it right now where white men are being raked over the coals left and right over and over again. And it's like, why will white men intentionally put themselves in positions where they're being ranked over the coals and da. It's because they never had any real true power in the very first place. You know what I mean? There was somebody else that was there that had all the power, and they just allowed them to have the power. Now the power is being snatched away from white men and is being given to other people, to other groups of people. Not to say that's necessarily a bad thing, not to say that's necessarily a good thing, but what I'm saying is they're trying to mask it that it's a good thing, and they're lying in the sense that they have other reasons why they're doing what they're doing. And again, you could be in a situation where you're like a non-white man, you're like, oh well, that's good for everybody else. I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, big baby, that's not the case whatsoever. These people are very, very, very tricky and da 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 da. But they have to continuously, again, you gotta look at the system. This is the way God set it up, where all humans are the same. It doesn't matter who you are, you're a human, you're a flesh. Again, this does not work, this does not include the people that God chose, da 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 da. That's irrelevant for right now. That's not who I'm talking about. But I'm talking about everybody else. I'm talking about humans, black and white. It doesn't really matter who you are. All human, you're flesh, everybody's the same. But the system, the way that the damn devil, it's the devil's domain, the way that he works is he's able to get in here and he's able to create these two extremes, and these two extremes happen naturally. White and black. The reason why we fight each other, the way the white people, the only reason that white people can fight in the way that they are is because black exists. You understand? This is why they have the hierarchy. You see the skin color, white from Asian to Native Americans. Again, I don't know, Latino, Hispanic, or whatever, black. Do you understand that this system is was set up in a way where you had to actually become white? White is a concept. It's not, it's a social concept. You had to become white. You know what I mean? It's almost like, if you are a senior executive of a company, or you are the CEO, or whatever the case may be, just how we made up those corporate titles, the same thing. Your race is a corporate title. It's a corporate designated type of title of who you are, if that makes sense. So if a white person is like the CEO, the Asian person is like the COO, and then the Native Americans, Latino, whoever's in the middle. I don't know exactly who the heck is there, but whoever's in the middle of this in between, they are like, I don't know, regional managers. And then at the very bottom, you got the sanitation workers or something like that. Now, that's not to say that this is who these people are, black people are, but that's what I'm trying to say, where it's a corporate designated title. That's how you're just been set up.